Hey guys, it's Lindsay from mycreativedays.com, and I am back to share another and new Couture project. I'm super excited about this new transfer they have. Let me grab my... It's a fresh herbs transfer, and it's humongous. So you can create all different kinds of things with this transfer, and I am going to make some canvas wall art with this. So let me open this. So I am going to use the Couture ink. I have black and I have a green color. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna cut out, I should show you. You see the little lines all around the transfers? When they come like this, then you can cut them up and use them however you want to. So I am going to cut up my transfer and get the pieces laid out. Okay, so I have all of my transfers cut up. All the different herbs and stuff all cut up in their little sections. So now what I'm going to do, I picked up these on clearance at Target last year sometime, and they're little magnetic. They're the, you know, the frame thing, so it goes like this. So I cut canvas. This is just a canvas drop cloth we had in the garage. I cut it to fit the size of these hanging frames. I know there's a different word for them, but anyway, these hanging frames. So that is what I'm going to use to make this transfer. So first of all, okay, let's try and see if this is gonna work. You guys can see me. So I always have, when I do a Couture project, I always have wipes near me because you can wipe the transfers off with this when you're done. I always have paper towels just in case I make a mess because that happens more often than not. My squeegees, obviously my transfers, and then I just use popsicle sticks to mix the ink or the paste and to get it onto the transfer. So I ironed this canvas out, but I didn't lay them perfectly flat. So I see that there's a little crease in the middle here, but we're gonna go with it. So I'm making two of these because I have two of the frames here. So the first thing I'm gonna do on this first one is place the fresh herbs because that's what I want right down the middle. So can you guys see that? So I am just, you guys, I am eyeballing this. I want it to look not perfect. Okay. Not perfect, but not crooked either. So I am just going to place that right in the middle. And since this canvas is such a thicker kind of fabric, I'm not using a towel to ball up the back of the transfer this time. I usually do that, but I'm not doing it this time. So then I'm just gonna play around with these and get them. I'm gonna make two different wall arts here. So this transfer came with so many options. We'll just put dill down here. And what else do we have here? Let's do sage. And you know what? I kind of put the fresh herbs a little low on this one. So maybe on the next one, I'll put it a little higher. Because I don't want them to look like, I want them to look like they kind of go together, but yet they're not exactly the same. And so you just want to make sure, trying not to shake the table, sorry, that you press down this transfer really, 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 really well. Whenever I share these projects, I always get questions. You're calling it a transfer. Do you mean more like a silk screen? Yes, it is like that, but Couture calls them transfers, so that's why I call them transfers. And then, let's see, there's a lot here. Oregano and parsley. Let's just do those up there. Again, I'm just eyeballing it. And my canvas isn't even perfectly like straight line cut. I just wanted it to kind of look, I'm just gonna move this one down a little bit. Organic and just kind of, just like a cool little canvas art piece that is not perfect. Because nothing in our house is perfect, so. Okay. I don't know if you guys can tell, but they aren't perfectly straight. They are not perfectly lined up. And that's okay, because that's how I want them. Okay, I grabbed one of my daughter's paint palettes because I kind of thought about mixing a little bit of this green with the black, because I kind of wanted the green parts a little darker. So I'm just gonna take some green out of there and a little bit of black and see what we come up with. Can you guys see that? Sorry. Already like it better for this project. And there is a darker green, but this is what I had on hand, and so I'm all about using what I have on hand. And you do not need a lot of ink for the project, so just want to make sure. Let me get a new, set out a paper towel before I start making a mess. I'm just gonna, I'll just mix it with the green one. There. And some people have done like an ombre effect with the ink and the paste, where they don't really mix it all up and it just kind of comes out kind of varying shades of colors, which is super, super pretty. Okay, super simple, just some black in this green, and now I'm gonna start putting it on these transfers. I want to do all of these green, and if I need more green, I'll just mix it. I'm not gonna, I like things to look a little homemade, not like you just bought them out of a catalog or a store. And with this, you can do that. Okay, we're gonna start there. Now what I'm gonna do is I like to use my smaller squeegee when I am working with the fat. Can you guys see this? Let me see. Just wanna make sure. Okay. So basically I'm just gonna pull. I'm gonna pull through these transfers, over these transfers, not through them. That would be a little hard. Just gonna go over the words, and you'll have excess, and so I'll just put it down here on this one. Yeah, I have a lot of excess, so that's great because I want to do 2 of these, like I said. One of my favorite things about Chalk Couture, and I've said it before, is that I can use these transfers at least a dozen times. I've used many of them many more times than that. And if you guys can see how much paste, or I'm not using paste this time, I'm using the ink, how much ink I'm pulling off of this, which means I don't have to use a ton of ink for each project. And I'm making one-of-a-kind custom, home decor. I've shared throw pillows, coffee mugs, tons of signs, tea towels, napkins, placemats. I've made all of that with, okay, I'm starting to make a mess, so I'm just gonna get out a wipe. I've made all of that with Chalk Couture. all things that I made exactly how I wanted them. I didn't have to buy it in store. And let's just be honest. It's nice. I love creating, but sometimes I don't want to deal or have to think up the project and then have to prepare the project and all that. I just want to get creative, you know? If it's an afternoon and we're not doing anything, I just want to create something. And so having Couture means that, I mean, they make it easy. The project is ready for me to go, and then I just get to customize it to what I want, which is, for me, amazing. There are times when I have long, drawn-out projects, and I've shared those on the blog as well, but sometimes I just want to come to my office and just create something simple, yet amazing, and not have to think too hard about it. And Couture, that's exactly what it does for me. I just go on there, find the transfers I want. And I usually, for me, I pick the transfers that I know I can use on more than one thing. So then I know I'm getting the most bang for my buck, and I'm not, like at Christmas time, oh, make sure you don't go off your transfer. At Christmas time, I bought the transfers that I thought would be cute as a sign and on, like I did a serving tray, and I did a throw pillow with the same transfer. So I choose transfers that I know I'm going to use more than once. Okay, now that I have that done, I'm going to start pulling the transfers off. One thing you want to make sure is that your hands aren't full of the ink, because you'll get it all over your canvas or whatever you're working on. So just make sure your hands are free of the ink. Okay, and then I'm just going to start pulling, and then I will do the middle one, but I want to get these off. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Every time I do this, it never gets old. So I'm just laying the transfers. As soon as I pull them off, I'm just laying them upside down on my table. And then I will, oh my gosh, you guys. Okay. Whoops. That one's super cool too. Oh my, exactly what I thought they would look like. Okay. Now I'm going to do the black. Let me use another popsicle stick. I just want black in the middle over the title or the, okay, just a little dab is all you need. I'm gonna use this one again. I've washed it off, so there's no green on there, and I'm just gonna pull it through. Over. Through is just the word I want to use, I guess. Again, pulling off all that excess, and I just scrape it right back into the little container if you're using the color that the container. And I have mixed colors both with the paste and the ink, and then I use little just plastic containers that you get like at the dollar store, and then with lids that shut really securely, and then I can keep that color. It never goes to waste, ever, ever, ever. Okay, the black is now done, so I'm gonna pull that off. There we go. And there you have it, you guys. Super simple. Can you guys see this? So what I'm gonna do is I will put the frame down here and then the frame up here, and then we will hang these up, and I will get final pictures and I will share it on the blog. Well, and at the end of this video, you'll see it too, but I'm going to make one more of these, and then I will have a pair. And just like I said, just to go over how I clean them, on both sides, the front and the back, I just go over them with a wet wipe, and you can also just dip these into a pan of water and then let them dry. Make sure they dry out well, and then I just put them right back on the little sheets that I took them off of, and then they stay, and you can use them over and over again. I hope you enjoyed this project. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so then you can catch up on all the latest projects we're doing, home decor things we're trying out too. because I'm sharing them all here on this YouTube channel. So have a great day.